Hi everyone, welcome back to another Minisode of Stop Shitting on Yourself.
Where we answer a question with a glass of whatever the fuck. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Ooh, what do you have?
It's just sparkling water with a little bit of ginger syrup.
Ooh.
Yeah, homemade.
Ginger syrup. That sounds good.
It is good.
Is it the same one that you're using for your drinks, your like whiskey drinks?
It's the same one. It's pretty good. Tastes like ginger candy. Kind of like ginger beer a little bit, but less sweet because you can adjust the sweetness.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yeah, so it's all right. But what are we talking about today?
Okay, so I feel like I'm just on like a TikTok scroll. I don't know, like like every single week I'm like, what do we talk about next? Well, TikTok is here to answer that for us.
You know what's funny? I remember when you first started TikTok, I had pushed you
Oh my
to
God, I know.
download the app. Remember that? And you were like, I don't really know. TikTok is such a, like a kid app because a lot of kids do use it.
Yes,
A lot more
yeah.
adults have been using it now too. You just have to get into like the right algorithm for you, right?
It's true. Yeah, I feel like in the beginning I was just shown a bunch of these like popular videos, maybe, I don't know, just like videos that were trending, and I was like, I'm not really into it. But I feel like now, not that these videos are like relevant to me, but they're just very interesting, so I tend to like just keep scrolling. And they're a lot about relationships. I think I've mentioned that before. They're like, I don't know why. If my husband ever sees it, they're like, he'll probably be like, or is there something wrong with our relationship?
Yeah, would he be doubting the the foundation of your relationship?
Yeah, because it's a lot about relationship problems. But I don't know, maybe it's because I'm standing on like the other side of the fence now. I'm looking into like other people's relationship problems, not necessarily living vicariously through them, because that just feels wrong to say that. But
Okay.
it's
But kind of.
interesting to see what's happening out there with other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah. I could see that. So what did you stumble upon this time on your For You page?
So this time, I have a question for you.
Okay.
How do you feel about friends with benefits? Or maybe not how do you feel? Do you think it works? Friends with benefits.
Do I think do I think it works? Personally, fuck no.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No. Like for me, it does not work.
Okay.
Does not work. Yeah. Just
Same.
because there's a lot of emotions involved. I
Yeah.
feel like,
Yeah.
when you are connecting with somebody, there's way too many emotions involved, and I can't handle all that.
Very true.
Yeah, I can't play it cool and say, yeah, that's totally fine. I'm just friends with you when everything else is going on. I can't do that. What about you?
I mean, okay, I 100% agree. I don't like that idea. Is just so weird to me. I don't even think that thought has even like come to mind when, like in my past relationships, right? Like friends with benefits, like that's never been a thing. That's also never been something that I've talked about with like previous, relationships.
Yeah.
But before we get started though, should we actually define what friends with benefit means so that we're on the same
Oh,
page?
yeah. Because I mean, some people might be listening and thinking like, oh yeah, the benefit is just, going out to eat with them. They buy me food and they buy me stuff, but we're not talking about that.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be part of it, because some people like to incorporate that while getting the other benefit that we're talking about. But would you like to clarify what we mean by friends with benefits?
Let's see. According to Wikipedia,
Oh my God, so reliable.
just like the like overarching like what does friends with benefits mean, it's typically
Okay.
just used to reference a friendship that is sexual without being romantic.
Okay.
So you're friends, you're doing all the sexual deeds, but you're not romantically involved, which again to me it's like, that's not really work.
Right. So the benefit part would be sex.
Sex.
And yet, like, you're still friends with them. So you trust them. There's a level of trust there because in a friendship, you have to know that person. They have to know you. You have to know where you stand, vice versa, all of that. yet nothing goes further than just being friends
Exact.
in terms of an emotional investment.
Yeah. And I also think that, like, to make it a little bit more clear, you have to be friends. You can't just be like, I don't know, like a random hookup at, 2 a.m. in the
Right.
morning, or like, just
Right.
someone that you call up when you want to hook up. You have to be
Hmm.
friends plus the benefits part.
Because that would just be a booty call,
Yeah,
right?
right.
It wouldn't
Exactly.
be friends with benefits. Yeah.
Right, right, right. So you might have some like friendship level of an emotional connection,
Hmm.
but it just never go past the emotional, romantic emotional.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's what the people who are in friends with benefits type of relationship aim for, so that it,
Hmm.
they want it so that it doesn't get past a point where romantic feelings are involved.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, I feel like it can happen, with people if people are okay with that and they know how to, cut off the I guess emotional tie that might
Hmm.
develop. I'm studying with my words because I don't know. Like for me, I know it can't happen,
Yeah.
but I've seen it with other people and other friends,
Oh,
that have,
okay.
yeah, that have like friends with benefits, and they
Mm.
make it work, right?
Mm.
But it's just not the lifestyle for me. Like I
Yeah.
myself as a person just can't get involved like that and not develop emotions and feelings for somebody. So
Yeah.
I try to like stay away from any type of relationship like that. And if I get a feel that the other person wants to be in a friends with benefits type of relationship and not um get into a relationship where things are going to progress further into something
Hmm.
else, if I get the feel from them and it's like
Hmm.
that, I try to stay away from it. I try to cut it
Right.
off and say, you know what, I'm not okay with it. Maybe you might be, but I'm not.
Yeah.
And what's tricky is like, I've noticed that some people, like I think when people think about friends with benefits, they think of like Hollywood, where it's like, okay, we meet in a room, we arrange it, and then it's like boom, in bed, and then boom, out, and that's what
Mm-hmm.
they think of when we mention friends with benefits.
Right.
But it doesn't work like that. I think a lot of times when people develop the friends with benefits relationship, they talk before they have the benefit, right? Like they go
Mm-hmm.
out and eat, and like, they'll talk about their day, they'll offer food, they'll invite them over, make them
Right.
feel
Right.
comfortable. So like do things that friends would do
Hmm.
on a regular basis, but then like the benefits are there afterwards.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that's what makes it a little tricky.
Right. It's so weird because I do feel like, at least for me, right, for us, this is like an uncharted territory
Hmm.
because, and look, I have no doubt that like some people are making it work. Some people have made it work, maybe.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like such a weird concept because I feel like to be in a relationship, right, to be
Hmm.
in an actual romantic relationship, you also have to be friends first, right? You have to be able
Mm.
to talk about things. You have to be able to share things. You have to be able to be there for each other,
Hmm.
romantically or not. And then there's sort of like the extra, like maybe intimacy level, right? Sexual or not,
Mm.
right? It could be like sexual intimacy, but it also could be like romantic intimacy. And i
Mm.
and i feel like that line between friendship, like pure friendship, versus
Uh-huh.
romantic intimacy,
Okay.
it, it gets blurred very, very easily, right?
Hmm.
And to then like throw in an element of, now we're having sex, now we're having this like sexual
Mm.
relationship. I feel like at some point it's gonna mean something more to one person than the other.
Mm.
You could
Hmm.
have like gone in like full hearted, like well intentions, like, I'm not gonna fall in love with you. You're not gonna fall in love with me. This is just
Right.
sexual. Plus, we're friends. Like, we've been good friends. We can talk, whatever. I don't know. To then throw in something in there that could potentially like have you develop these romantic intimacies, it just gets so muddied, I feel like. And I don't know, I
Yeah.
just feel like one person always kind of falls in love with the other. Maybe not falls in love, but like start developing romantic, feelings.
Right. And so in that kind of relationship, if one person does end up, developing more romantic feelings for the other person,
Mhm.
it's almost like you're stuck in this position where you almost feel like you're not allowed to express your feelings that you started to develop, because there was almost like a mutual understanding that this was just a friends with benefit relationship. And
Right.
it almost like delegitimizes your own feelings, and you almost,
Mm-hmm.
tend to suppress that because you're like, wait,
Oh, yeah.
this is not where I'm supposed to be. I'm just friends with benefits with them. And
Right, right.
you get into this like really tricky space if you do end up developing feelings for this person.
Mm-hmm.
And it just gets so messy, and it's like, ugh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I know that's why I can't do it, because,
Yeah.
at one point I might start developing feelings for this person, especially
Mm-hmm.
when, you really do get to know them even as a friend and, on a deeper level. And it's hard to be thinking, well, yeah, like it's hard to detach yourself from them completely and not have those romantic feelings.
Right, right.
And then try to suppress your own romantic feelings for them.
Yeah, yeah. And then I think like when you do, finally work up the courage to like talk about it, then it's
Mhm.
like, well, what happens from here? Because I feel like, at
Right.
the beginning, you make it very clear, like, this is nothing's going to happen past here, right? This is a friends with
Yeah.
benefits. If one of you guys, start having these feelings or, want this to progress into something else, like,
Mhm.
do you stop it from there? Are you okay with keeping this going? Like, there's just
Right.
so much like uncharted territory in between. And I'm
Yeah.
sure it differs per person, per relationship, right? Everyone has their way of approaching these type of things, because I don't think there's like a set like here's like rules for
Right,
this.
right.
Um so you kind of have to figure it out. Maybe, who knows, maybe both of you will fall in love with each other and you guys
Mhm.
end up together.
Right, like that
Um
movie Friends with
yeah.
Benefits, right? That's exactly how they fell in love with
Exactly.
each other. Yeah.
Exactly. Or you kind of just one person has to cut it off because it's like, well, I don't want to be in
Mm,
a relationship with you and you have these
right.
feelings. Um,
Which
or
sucks.
yeah, or you can just be a fuck boy and be like, well, I'm just gonna keep doing this.
Yeah. And you know what sucks about that is, like, if you two were really good friends and you did vibe as
Oh my god,
friends and
yeah.
not romantically, but like one person starts to develop those feelings and then you have that conversation, then it like jeopardizes your friendship. And it sucks
Mm-hmm.
because, yeah, at one point you might have to cut that person off,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
the relationship you have with them is going to be so different, and you might actually lose a friend.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. Cause you're not just cutting off the friends with benefits. You're not just cutting off the benefits part, right? Cause
Right.
there's like so much in between now that, you're going to
Hmm.
have to cut off the friend part potentially. And that's tough.
And do you want to risk that, is the question, when you get into such a relationship like that.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know how that conversation even starts, right? It's like, does it just
Yeah.
happen where one day you guys are sitting on the couch, like talking about, I don't know, like problems, and then it's like,
Mhm.
you don't have sex?
I
Like
mean,
how does
hey,
that
okay, so
conversation start?
girl, I don't think it's that awkward, but I
Yeah.
feel like, I mean, I've heard, with some of my friends who do have that type of relationship with certain friends,
Mhm.
sometimes they do have a history with that person. So like maybe they've
Oh,
dated that
okay.
person in the past, but they know that they're not like romantically compatible anymore, but they're just,
Mm.
they just need to get some. So they both agree, okay, we're just going to have the benefit part, but we know we're not emotionally compatible. We've already been there, done that, and therefore we
Mm.
know we can't do that anymore. So sometimes it's that situation where,
Yeah.
like they'd rather,
So weird.
have that sexual intimacy with somebody that they already know,
Mhm.
you know. So sometimes it's that you feel a little
Yeah.
bit more
Why not
safer
just
with
find
that.
someone else?
I mean, I
I
don't
don't
know.
know.
That it's not my life, it's theirs.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah, yeah. True,
you
true.
know yeah. So, I mean, it is whatever works for you at the moment, and like if you
Yeah.
feel like, hey, I want a friends with benefits at this moment, go for it, but just know,
Mhm.
like, there might be some risks that you're taking, and it could potentially jeopardize the relationship, or it could lead into something that you didn't expect either, in a good way,
Yeah, it's very
so
true. Very true.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, again, like we both said, right? This is sort of just uncharted territory for both of us because we've
Yeah,
never been in
yeah.
one before. It's not something that we've ever looked for.
Right.
But it seems like, people who's made it work. I don't know. Hollywood definitely romanticize friends with
Oh,
benefits.
100%.
into something that's like super glamorous, right?
Right.
Or messy, right? It's both. It's messy and glamorized at the same time. But you know, we're not here to judge necessarily. It's just not really for us.
Necessarily. Yeah, just saying it's not for us. I don't believe in it. Like, I know I can't do it, therefore I don't believe in it. But I've seen it work with other people. So maybe I do I can see it working. It's just not for me.
Right. You believe it for other people. You just don't believe it for yourself.
Yeah, there we go. That's a very good way to put it, because it's not for me, period. Like, not for me.
Not for us. Not for us. Yeah. Can't even wrap my head around this concept. It's still like, it's such a weird thing to me.
I know, right? So, I mean, hey, you do you, boo, but you know, good luck.
Good luck. Yeah, very true. And you know what? As always, right? For those of you guys who are in a friends with benefits relationship or have been in the past, let us know how that works. I'm more so curious how that conversation starts.
Oh yeah, like how does that even happen?
Yeah, maybe it really isn't like sitting in a bedroom and then
No, girl.
just you know asking.
Probably
I don't
not
know.
like that.
Probably not like that. Probably not. It's probably more like spontaneous in the moment. It just happened, and then
Naturally.
So something like that. Something like that. But you know, let us know how that
That's funny,
conversation
yeah.
goes. If you guys are in a, you know, like successful friends with benefits relationship, let us know too. Like, how does that go? Do you guys have to draw boundaries? Do you guys have to have more talks? I'm assuming so, right? You guys talk about it.
Possibly. I mean, so many questions.
Yeah, so many questions.
Yeah. Yeah. But do let us know. And let us know if it's working out. How's that going?
Yeah. Or if it's not, like, I'm curious how that conversation ended or how that relationship ended. You know, did one of you guys fall for the other?
I know, right? Like, what's the gossip on that?
Yeah. Or if you guys have made it work, like you guys like became a couple. So many questions.
So many questions. I'm like, I don't even
questions.
know if I could even keep track of all these questions, but yeah. But
yeah, let us know. Keep us posted. Share everything. Share everything with us. Because I'm so curious.
With Jessica.
Like, this is the one topic where I'm like, I just don't know. It could end up in so many different ways that I'm just so curious, like how it turns out, how it happened, what's the progress.
Girl, we gotta find somebody for you to answer all these questions.
I know. I'm living vicariously through like my imaginary, like, you know, people out there with friends with benefits relationships.
Through all your TikTok.
Yeah, like, through my TikTok. Exactly.
You should ask one of them. Be like, how's that going?
Yeah. I know. No, I just have to follow their journey, right?
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. That's true. All right. Well, anyway, hopefully you get another question for us next week through your TikTok For You page.
Yes.
But until then, have a good week. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.